hope you're having a great week so far. So I kind of wanted to go over a little bit with you the lesson for today, 11-6, which is make a table and look for a pattern, because we have done input and output tables a little bit on Prodigy, but we haven't done them in the classroom, and they do make information a little easier, but we're just going to kind of go over it a little bit because I know how confusing it can be, okay? So if I made myself an input and output table, here's my input output table, okay? The input shows whatever was the original number, okay? And then the output is going to be what happens. Something's going to happen in here in the middle that we can't see, and then there's going to be a new number on the output. So on the example that it gives us, it says the input shows Joy's age, okay? Joy was 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, okay? And then on the output, it shows Hope's age over here. So Hope was 3, and then Hope was 4, and then Hope was 5, and then Hope was 6, okay? I'm going to draw these lines here. I'm going to add one more down here. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what the pattern is, okay? So the pattern is going to be what's happening between this number and this number. I'm trying to find a marker that's going to work so we can change colors, but you know how that goes. That one will work. Okay, so what's happening from 1 to 3? Well, from 1 to 3, it's going up by 2, so I'm adding 2. Okay? Well, what's happening between 2 and 4? If I have 2 and I add 3, 4, I'm adding 2 more. Sorry about that. From 3 to 5, it looks like I'm going to add 2 more. 4 to 6, I'm adding 2 more. So it looks like my pattern is that I'm adding 2 more every time. Okay? On our sheet, page 560, it says, when Joy was 1 year old, right here, Hope was 3. When Joy was 2 years old, Hope was 4. How old will Hope be when Joy is 8 years old? Well, this is Joy, and this is Hope right here. Okay? Now, let's look at this. Here's Joy when Joy is 5. Joy is going to be 6. And it says 8, so I'm going to have to add a few more down here to the bottom. 7 and then 8. Okay? Well, we know what the pattern is. The pattern is adding 2. So if I add 2 more to 5, I get 7. If I add 2 more to 6, I get 8. Just keep adding 2 more. Add 2 to both of these. 7 and 2 is 9, and 8 and 2 is 10. So when Joy is 8 years old, Hope is going to be 10 years old. Okay? So the second question it says on here, what is the rule? Well, the rule is that each number is going up by 2. So my rule would be add 2 more. Or you could say each time the number goes up by 2. Doesn't matter how you say it, it's going to be the same thing either way. Okay? So let's look at page 561. Had to go get that out of the book because I didn't have it yet. Page 561 wants us to complete the table and then look for the pattern. Well, the pattern in this one was they were going up by 2. So let's look at this input and output table. I'll make it a little bit bigger since the other one had more numbers in it. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. There we go. All right, this is the input, or the number that we start with. This is the output. Let me write that up here so it helps us. The input is the number we start with. I have to look and see where we're at on the board. Number we start with. The output is the number we end with. Okay. All right. In the first table, the numbers are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then there's one more row that is not filled in. So this column we have filled in. In the output column, we have 8, 9, and 10. Now, it's easy to see what the pattern's going to be. 8, 9, 10. You think it's going to be 11, 12, 13. But we still need to come up with the pattern. What is it that's making the output table what it is? So if we have 5 and we're going to 8, well, I know that 5 plus 3 equals 8. So I'm going to put plus 3 here and see if that's going to be maybe the right answer. Let's try 6 and let's try this change that we just used. 6 plus 3. Let's try that out. That does equal 9. 7 plus 3 equals 10. So obviously my pattern is, which it's going to be one of your questions, what is the rule? The rule is each time it goes up by 3. Or you can say it increases. That means it gets bigger by 3. Or you can say add 3 more. Or just add 3. Okay? Trying to get it so you can see it. There we go. All right, so let's try out plus 3 here. 8 and 3 is 11. Plus 3 here. 9 and 3 is 12. 10 plus 3 is 13. Okay? So number 4 says, how old will Lynn's brother be when Lynn is 9? Well, I didn't even read the top part. The input here is Lynn, how old Lynn is. And the output is his brother. Okay? So when Lynn is 9 years old, how old is his brother going to be? 12. Good. And then the number 5 says,